Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to have the next tasting of beer number 11 in my 2-hop series featuring Cascade and Centennial. This is Cascade Centennial, first wort hop. Now this is using the end boil hops in this one, just like beer number 10. So when you're draining off, let's just say your mash out or your mash in into the pot, that's when you add your hops. They say you want to add the late addition hops to that. Yes, the IBUs are going to go up, but you'll get a balanced taste instead of maybe a spiky taste. So on this one, 2 pounds, 4 ounces of 2-row, 0.25 ounces of each Cascade and Centennial when you're drawing off your wort. Then Cascade, 0.25 ounces of Cascade at 60 minutes. This was bottled on 9/22/19, 6.34% ABV. This did use US-05 yeast, so nice, clean, neutral yeast in this. I have to start saying that more because I'm starting to build up a little yeast bank and making beers with different yeasts in them. We do have tons of bubbles, just like in beer number 10. It is going to go over here soon, so let's go ahead and get it into the glass. I am going to leave the bottom behind just because I do bottle directly out of the fermenter and I want it clear. I don't want it as cloudy. Now if I was drinking this off camera, I would just dump the whole thing in there. It wouldn't matter. A bigger head on this one, off-white colored head, small and medium bubbles. About 1.5 fingers of head. Bubbles on the side are compact like dish soap. I do have some bigger bubbles in there though, but lots and lots of bubbles. It is clear those bubbles are making it hard. It is kind of chill haze. I do have some hop particles floating in there. I can see the bell sign and the light box, but tons and tons of bubbles in there. Let's go ahead and smell. Now on this one, because I did use the Cascade, and I think that's why a lot of homebrewers should do this if you're new to homebrewing, and maybe if you're been brewing for 5-6 years. I've been brewing for what, 12, 13 years now, and I still go back and do this obviously because I'm making all these. But what hops do you like? I do grow Cascade and Centennial hops, and I thought I really liked Cascade, but the more of these that I make out of this series, this small batch Centennial Cascade series, I found out I'm not really a big fan of Cascade because I get more floral, and I really don't like that floral in my beer. So making beers like this can help you find out what hops and grain and yeast that you do like. So I do think more people should be doing this. There are a ton of posts that I see all the time asking, what should I make? What should I do? What about this? What about that? Start at the beginning, make smash beers just like I have, then, step it up and see what you like. So let's go ahead and smell. More of a toasted bread, like a sweet toasted bread, like fresh out of the oven toasted bread is what I get with some sweetness. I don't know if that's like a bitterness, like a citrus bitterness or a lemon citrus in there. Yeah, there's something low undertone, but that sweet bread really comes out in this one the most, which is surprising because I just got done doing beer 10 and this smells completely different. I don't get that floral. Like I said, there's like a sweet citrus or a lemon citrus underneath, but I can't pick it out because that toasted bread is so big. Let's go ahead and taste. Yeah, you get some of that bread, lemon, citrus mixed in there, a tiny bit of floral. Aftertaste, though, is more of a very sweet bread, almost like that honey water, but there's some malt in there. It's overcarbonated. It is scraping my tongue. I'm not getting most of it until like the middle of the palate to the back, but the bitterness isn't as big. I'll do a side-by-side between this and beer number 10. But this seems smoother, but it is overcarbed more from what I can tell. That bitterness isn't there. It's kind of bland. It's almost like they didn't add enough hops to it, but being 6 months old, what do you really expect? I think, I could be wrong, but the lower alpha acids of the Cascade might be going away, where, I mean, it's not much. The Cascade was 4.4 and the Centennial was 6, so that's not very big, but maybe in terms of alpha acids it is, because this doesn't have that bite, that bitterness like beer number 10 did at all. The head's staying around. Yeah, there's some malty citrus, and that's it in the taste. Aftertaste is more of that malty bread than anything, very light. Then it goes away. Yeah, definitely one that I wouldn't let sit for a long time. I guess if you're not really big into that bitterness or big flavors and just want something mild, this could work for you. But I don't think that maltiness citrus works together very well in this one at around 6 months old. There is some bitterness, some almost like dank resin left in my mouth. On this one, I'm showing Beersmith did say this was 32.1 IBUs, and they wanted 4.8% ABV. I was just trying to see. It is a tiny bit drier. I can't. It's nothing like a brute, but it is a little bit drier. But if it did take out most of the sugar, instead of the 4.8 going to the 6.3, I could kind of see that in this beer. Maybe that's what's throwing me off just a little bit. Most of I don't like brewed IPAs at all. Yeah, maybe I could see that in this beer, that it fermented out a lot of the sugar, so it's a drier beer. And that could be. I haven't thought about that until right now. That's why you should always take notes and look at them. So yeah, 6.34%, and Beersmith wanted this to be 4.8. So I'm sure. And for the post-boil gravity, we were at 1050, and we were supposed to be at 1048. So we were pretty much spot on with that. So it is. That yeast did eat through some more of their sugars in there than it probably should have, but that's what I've been seeing with a lot of these, is the yeast have been going crazy and eating more sugars. But yeah, in this one, I think it's a little drier, so it's more of that brute style. And just because it's older, there's not a lot of hops in there that bring anything to the table, so maybe that's what it is. But hey, that's why we do these. I think I have 2 or 3 more of these, so we'll go another couple months with these, then we'll have to switch. So if you enjoyed this video, check some more out over here, and until next time, happy brewing.